Okay, so this is the crew. I do some cooking. It's Monday morning, and we're going to make a special breakfast with Jacob. And Jacob, you be the cameraman. All right, we meet every Monday and have breakfast on the farm. So we're going to start. It's kind of like a Spanish tortilla, but this will be a miniature Canadian version.
Canadian version.
Yeah. So we start. We're going to put some potatoes in there. Some Sebago potatoes, brushed. I leave the skin on because the skin is good for you. We're going to cook that until, not till they're like French fry color, just before. And we're going to have to do 2 lots because it's not going to quite fit. So that's step 1 of our Spanish tortilla. There we go. Come have a look. Let's do that. Okay, so that's just about ready now, the first batch. We don't want to cook them too much because it's still going to cook with the egg in the other pan. Getting our coffee ready, Rio coffee, roasted here in Adelaide. Come in, Jacob, and have a look. Here we've got some onion, garlic, and potato. So we should have added a bit more salt to the potato before we did it, but that's all right. And we're about ready to go for stage 2 of the Spanish tortilla. So we'll get this. I'll just put this here to get some of the oil off. It doesn't really matter. Doesn't matter. It's nice to have a bit of... The oil is the doctor's oil. We sell it at the market, $7.50 a litre. Olive oil from the McLarenville region. And just put the onion in there. So this is just a small one for two or three people. So when I make it in this big pan. But we're going to use a smaller pan, so it has a bit of thickness to it. Alright, so now we're going to get some eggs. I'll turn that down. And 2 more potatoes. And yeah, so this is going to be, it's a miniature recipe. I would normally do 10 eggs. Free range eggs here from the Clare Valley. And there's a little card there saying there's less than 1,500 chickens per hectare, which is an important thing about how free range are. It tastes better without the shells. So that's 6 eggs. Let's go with that. 6 eggs, and we'll stir it up here a bit. And we have big potatoes today. I could have maybe made them a little smaller, but that's all right. I like it chunky. You saw my chunky salad earlier, hopefully. And now it's going to be chunky tortilla. Okay, so that's kind of nicely mixed up. We'll put a bit more salt in there. Something about the salt with this, that you really need a lot of salt. I still make it, that's actually a low salt compared to my friend Manuel, who puts in tons of salt. He's a real Spaniard, so he knows how to do it that way. Alright, so here we go. We're going to go back here. We've got to get a smaller pot to make some thickness. So I think we'll go with this one. Put a bit of oil in there. That's just going to help the egg go nice and brown. And temperature, we're going to pick nicer with a gas stove, but we're going to go with, well, we're going to start on 5 actually. We're going to start it a bit hotter. Alright, here we go. You need to get some heat in that pan first. I often can tell when it's ready just by the smell of the oil. So that's not ready, but soon. So just a little more stirring, make sure we got lots of egg and all the potato. So are we ready? The Canadian version of the Spanish tortilla starts now. Okay, so not much of a sizzle there. We could have been a bit hotter. Normally I'll use the existing oil pan, and then you know the temperature. So this is my first time using a different pan. So now we're going to just let that sit for 5 minutes, and then we're going to start doing the shake and jiggle. And That'll stop it from sticking to the bottom of the pan. Charlie's applauding for us outside. He might get a piece too, but that'll be like the shake and jiggle when we're ready. And then we're going to flip it. Do it again for a couple minutes, and then we'll be ready. So let's get on to the coffee. Yep, nicely ground. I'm going to go with plunger coffee today. I think that's boiled. And yeah, so it's nice to buy the coffee that's roasted here in Adelaide. This is actually an Ethiopian coffee, fair trade. And they have Indonesian, espresso and crema are the more popular ones that we use in the cafes and things. Let that boil, give that a shake. Everything's looking good. What do you think, Jacob?
Yeah, it looks good.
All right. Give us a few minutes and we'll see how we go. This is the trickiest part of it all. I could put the plate on top, do it like that. That's the safe way to do it. But the Canadian way is like this. Do it like that. Whoa, just made it. Just about slipped off the plate. And like that. And that way all the egg stayed just where we wanted it. Color's beautiful. I don't know, it's not enough light, but that is just how I like it.
Yeah, looks really good.
So now just a couple minutes and we'll be ready for a nice tortilla. So there we have it. That's all. We did this all in about 10-12 minutes of cooking time and about only about 5-10 minutes of preparation. Much better than our bacon and eggs that we usually have, isn't it? Something different. So come on over here, Jacob, and let's enjoy a nice breakfast. About this lettuce thing. What's happening with your lettuce, Jacob?
The lettuce is not growing well because it's too cold. And usually I have the lettuce under a plastic, and if the sun is shining it's get enough warm, but now it's too cold.
So how high is your lettuce at the moment? Like it's growing. It's growing just a little bit, but it.
Now it's about like this.
Yeah. And how long?
Just flat.
How long has it been in the little dome for? Has it been there for a few weeks or a few months?
Yeah, 2 months.
2 months. Yeah.
Already. Yeah.
So really, you try to get some height into it before the winter, because it's not going to grow in the winter, and they'll be ready to go in the spring.
Yeah, you should start it on the late autumn. Put it in late autumn under the plastic, and then you can get lettuce even in the winter.
Mm. Yeah. That's good. And what about the aquaponic system? The lettuce and that, is anything happening there?
No.
Nothing. Do you still pump water through it, or you just let it go?
I pumped the water through, but I had to take out all the lettuce. Was it just green?
Mm.
Nothing happened there.
Okay.
Because it's too cold for. If you want to grow lettuce, you have to keep it under a plastic.
Like a greenhouse setup. Yeah.
Otherwise, it no chance.
And what do you think of the tortilla? How's it tasting?
Yeah, it's good tortilla.
Yeah.
Really a good one.
Well,
This is Canadian style, or?
well, I just joke a bit because my Spanish friend told me how to make it, and his mother actually started it, and then all the kids make it, and they made it in their restaurant as well. How mine is a bit different is that it's a bit thicker slice, so it's chunkier than his. His is much thinner. Lots more salt, probably 3 or 4 times more salt. And but yeah, it looks about that color and that thickness. I'm quite happy to sort of show how it ended up. That's how we have a look at it. That's sort of how it. And it's nice to serve on bread. I got organic rye bread there, and I'm pleased with it. So there's breakfast.